I'm going to talk about something I hadn't even thought about. We're going to talk about Donovan Mitchell, and some people are focusing on, is he a superstar? Is he not? The LeBron James angle. I'm going to give it a different angle, which I don't think a lot of people have really talked about it. Could he actually be getting some backlash because his former teammate carries more height and weight than him? I'm talking about Rudy Gobert, the four-time Defensive Player of the Year, the Mr. Plethora. I have to hear this nonsense. The guy is tied with Ben Wallace and Dikembe Mutombo, the late Dikembe Mutombo. And the reason why I say this is Gobert carries more personality than Donovan does. You ask me. I've had many stories with friends over the years, on live and private. And when you play for certain teams, you got to have a certain cachet. If you don't, people say you can't sell jerseys. You're not memorable. Now, I look at Rudy Gobert, and Rudy Gobert is the kind of dude that he's not the half of Donovan Mitchell, talent wise, etc., etc. But remember, he got traded to Minnesota for a whole bunch of pieces. Remember that. And remember that, he's an instigator that people got a lot of hype for. It's kind of like the Draymond Green, Klay Thompson thing in Golden State, if you will. Yeah, we look at Klay as one of the 5 greatest shooters ever. Borderline top 75, you can debate, etc. But he didn't have Draymond's personality. Imagine that. Because a guy with personality can carry weight over certain people. Believe it or not, to a certain extent, Scottie Pippen kind of get overshadowed by Dennis Rodman. Think about it. And sometimes when a guy doesn't have an alpha personality and it doesn't come off in different ways, people use that against you. So I do wonder if Rudy Gobert's styling has impacted how perception of Donovan Mitchell is as a player since they parted ways. Now, you might think that's far-fetched and crazy, but Rudy Gobert's teamed up with Ant Edwards. Cat got traded out of Minnesota. Gobert ain't going nowhere. He fights people on the sideline just like Draymond. Instigator, antagonize, and all that. Donovan's been like a go along, get along dude. And as a matter of fact, some people would want him to come to the Knicks, and some people want him to go to LA. As a guy who's a courtesy side piece player who can score a lot of points, but he ain't exactly an alpha that people are afraid of. So I do wonder if the Rudy Gobert stigma of being where he kind of came off like he was just a side. He was a big time scorer, but the Gobert had the bigger personality. Now, it sounds kind of crazy, and you have to kind of puzzle into what I'm getting at. Some will get it, some won't. I thought of it out as I did the video, and I thought about how I was going to go about it. But Gobert might be one of the knocks against Donovan Mitchell in terms of, because he kind of is deferred. Now, he stands out on Cleveland in name, but he doesn't really have that brand like that. Whereas Gobert had a bigger personality. So I do wonder if the Gobert aura is still working against him to a certain extent. Yeah, you could say former teammates, this and any other, but sometimes it does carry. People talk about the antagonizer guys a lot. Because Isaiah Thomas was talking about Dennis Rodman in Chicago. And they still talk about Rodman in different sectors to this day. The guys that antagonize, get under your skin, carry more weight than sometimes so-called superstars or guys who are trying to be. If you don't have that alpha and you don't have that stand about you, that's kind of how it can go. But let me know what you think. Do you think Rudy Gobert, in part, still kind of looms over Donovan Mitchell? And what Donovan doesn't get that next level? Please hit the like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another shitter if you like, and hit that membership. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out. Peace one time.